In this video, I am going to talk about SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats analysis. It's an analysis of the environment, and when we are talking about environment, both external and internal environments are considered. External to the firm, external to the unit of analysis, because SWOT analysis one can do at the individual level. SWOT analysis can be done at the level of family, SWOT analysis can be done at the level of group, SWOT analysis can be done at the level of firm, organization, or anything uh, regarding which strength, weakness, and opportunities and threats need to be measured. The question arises that why we require SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is required because the fate of the organization, the fate of the product, the fate of the individual depends on fundamentally two things. One is nature, another one is nurture. So nature, which we call as genetic material, DNA. So in business context also we talk about DNA of organizations, DNA of brands, DNA of firm. So that genetic material is very, very important. At the same time, nurture is happening. Studies have continuously shown in various contexts, you change the nurture, you change the environment, external environment, the life of organization, the life of firm, life of an individual or group is going to be very, very different. So nurturing is very, very critical. So SWOT analysis is done where we understand what all strengths and weakness we have internally, and also what opportunities and threats are there in the environment, because we are not going to be in a situation where we are fully isolated and competition is not going to get impacted. There's a very popular term in the management literature called blue ocean strategy, that try to identify the space where other people have not entered. But it has been seen that things which were blue earlier, the ocean which was blue earlier, becomes red because competition sets in and other people will be coming into. So identification of the blue ocean is very, very important. That means opportunity is very, very important. At the same time, realization of the threats is equally important, that after some time who all are going to present threats to us. So in this context of pandemic and the category of hand wash or sanitizer, many hand wash products have been there in the market for long. So in the category of sanitizers, many new players identified the opportunities and they capitalized upon this. But everybody knew that threats were also going to set in as the evolution of this category is going to happen. In management, we also use terms like vision, mission, and values. So visions are broad. When you analyze the vision, you will find that vision of many companies is to deliver the happiness to its stakeholders and society at large. But the mission is how you are going to pursue that path to vision, the path to happiness. So first what we do at the organizational level when we are defining the vision, there also we try to make it unique. Sometimes happiness, health and safety, sometimes happiness, health, safety and equity, sometimes health, safety, equity, happiness and peace. So at the vision level, differentiation exists, but differentiations are not going to that stark, that distinct as those will be happening at the level of mission. So mission of the organization will be reflecting upon the commitment. So if there is commitment towards people's health, and be it Unilever or be it Reckitt Benckiser in this case, when we are talking about hand wash and sanitizers, so that if they are committed to the to people's safety, they will try to achieve it in a different manner, and their commitments are going to vary, and that differences we can understand when we try to analyze their mission statements. So business mission statements are sets which is very very important part of the strategy. And now, for example, in the context of pandemic and in the context of businesses of hand wash and sanitizer, public health is very very important, health of consumer is very important, and so much of interdependence is there, because if one gets infected, he or she is going to infect others. Then this sensitivity is realized by all of us, but the approach to deal with this connectedness, the approach to commit resources, for example, newer spending in R&D for the sanitizer development. Like some sanitizers have issues in terms of harming our skins. So up to what extent we are really committed towards the development of new product where consumers' skins or public skin is not really going to get harmed. There the differences will come, and finally those differences will get realized in terms of products and services. So those who have really invested into R&D and made really a good sanitizer, so that becomes strength. But weakness may be that relatively they may be more expensive. And then opportunity may be there in terms of certain markets, certain geographies, where those products are going to get liked and appreciated, accepted. But at the same time, threats will be there. Threats may come from substitute, may come from local players, spurious ones. So many things are going to be there, but we have to remember that opportunities and threats are not internal to us. They are not part of internal environment. They will be part of external environment. And when somebody is investing into R&D, then realization for consumer should also be there that this company is making investment and they have really created some goods for us, and at very basic level analysis of these things is required in the form of SWOT by us, which needs to be carried forward in terms of goal and strategy formulation, that what we are going to do with this product, what all new products will be there, and how do we really make it, how do we develop it. Thank you.